through. It was very surreal, being a Westerner, and you always hear about these horrific cases of human trafficking that happen around the world, and it just seems like a world you'd never see or go near, and that there's not much you could do about it. The younger ones, as they would get into some of the details, would cry that they were still sensitive to what was happening, and they hadn't become calloused yet and used to what was happening. That was heart-wrenching, and those kind of moments bring you into the reality that this is really happening. This is really a true story. This is as surreal as it seems. And being a guy, it makes you, of course, ashamed of your gender, in a sense of how they must see men and understand men and their experiences with men to be that. And yet, I wouldn't imagine that my level of connection with the girls would ever be exactly the same as Kristen's or Rubina's or other women who are able to come alongside them. There's, of course, it's going to be unique, as each relationship is between people, but undoubtedly a ton of history and damage that can affect how they would view me as a male. And as for my part, it was heart-wrenching to see these young girls living with what they're living with, how they're surviving, and again, some of that shame or anger toward men that could do this, but also this strange sense that I got from them that this is the accepted reality. This is their world. It's a dangerous thing for these girls to hope. You talk about how you deal with living with a life like they are, and the things that they go through, becoming calloused and detached and resigned to the fact that this is life is really a way to cope with it and survive and do it, to turn off emotion, turn off hope and dream and those other things, and just accept a very harsh, difficult reality, because it's less painful that way. The foundation, which is building relationship with people, that is absolutely the foundation, relationship and trust. Before that, you're not even going to get attention or anything. Include, starting where these girls are at and their hopes and dreams right now, like from plaiting hair and that sort of thing that they see within their neighborhood. Again, some of these girls have never been outside 2 miles from their home. They know basically 2 different neighborhoods, and that's their whole world. They haven't even been to the city center that's just a few kilometers away. And so for them, what they see as success and what they hope for are basically the best model of that they see within their own community, within their own neighborhoods, and that's, for them, many of them, that's plaiting hair and that sort of thing. So it was exciting because we're coming up with ways to say, hey, that's awesome, that's a great goal, let's start there and go for it, and yet also supplement that with reading and writing, which is essential, whether they recognize it or even know to hope for it at all now is going to be essential to other things that right now they're not even dreaming of, but knowing that those seeds are being sown that can bear so much fruit later, and the girls begin to dream bigger and bigger and blossom out of the painful circumstances they've been in. That's fun, sitting down with Rubina and Kristen and brainstorming those ideas and seeing the potential. That's really exciting. So it's hanging on to that, all of that excitement and passion and zeal and potential of the transformation that can happen in these girls' lives, and at the same time being sensitive to and dealing with reality of where they're at right now, and taking small, appropriate steps to build the foundation of a beautiful transformation.